Hello everybody, QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I am back today with another episode of Hustle Castle. And we have big news, we have a new event coming. There was a new update coming, but as it turns out there's an event tied to it that I was not so sure was coming, but it looks like it's going to be a big one. So today I am going to cover what I know of this event. Actually, a little foreshadowing here. I don't know tons about this event exactly, but I have a lot of information that came out of the data mining, like I've done in the previous videos, related to the things that will be coming out of the event. So I don't specifically know what the event will be. There's a lot of speculation on the type, and we'll talk about that as well. But I have pages and pages of information about the about things that are coming out. I'm not going to read all that. It's going to be kind of boring. I might see if I can figure out a way to post that on the screen. I don't think it'll probably work because it's too much. I haven't linked anything in the videos before, so maybe I'll try that, but more than likely the reality is I'll probably come up with a link and post it in the comments, not the comments, the description of this video. So if you're looking for more, I can post my my jumble of information that I've gotten throughout the day. And like I said, I didn't see a whole lot about what is going to be. There's a lot of speculation on the type. A lot of people seem to think it's going to be one of the way of the events. This one is, I'll read about it in a second, but where you got the 3 different paths where you go up, and it's usually one you got to pay money. But then there's also equally quite a few people who say it's not going to be that. So obviously time will tell. When's the event going to be coming live? That's a good question. Nobody knows exactly, of course, but usually when there's an event, there's a downtime. They post what's going to be coming, and there's often an app update. I already got the iOS app update, so that's there. There was a downtime that came out right before it, and right after that, there was a message that came out on the social sites, which I'll read about in a moment. So it seems like they're all ready to go, but usually there's also a comment here in the news, and we don't have anything yet this month. We have last month, which was a little over a month away, or a month ago, so it's obviously coming soon. Thursday's a fairly popular day, so it's entirely possible that a couple hours, usually it's like 3 o'clock or probably 4 o'clock now, the time change, my time, in the morning when that stuff goes live. So it's entirely possible that a few hours after this video is posted, the event will be out there. We will see. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump in and cover what I've read, what I've heard. And again, I'll put the comment out there like I did before, that nothing that I'm covering is necessarily real and going to be actual coverage, but it is what some of the data miners have gotten out of the Android version of the game, the APK, where they do comparisons to previous versions, and they pulled this out of it. So, and it was translated from Russian also, so there could be some things lost in translation. So I'm going to be kind of pointing my mouth and mic and stuff in a different direction, so hopefully it doesn't mess things up too badly. I did a little bit of testing; it seemed like it was okay. Can't get my computer working. The microphone in there is just really messed up, and that's certainly where I want to go and start covering things there, and then I can easily put things up on the screen as I'm talking about them. But the sound quality right now is really, really bad, and I need to figure out what's going on with that. It's fairly frustrating because everything else is ready to go. That's the only thing I'm waiting on to start doing this on the computer, and I can start streaming things as well. So that will also be a little bit better. All right, anyway, that's enough delaying. So right after the last downtime that came out, there was a post that was put on Facebook and other places, and it says, "The new Hustle Castle event is reborn in flames like an immortal phoenix rising from the ashes. Wait for Grav to show up at the castle's gates very soon." And that was yesterday morning, my time, so about 36 hours ago. And obviously we have nothing. And in that time, I've got an iOS version, and I heard the APK version was out obviously before that. So that right there says we got something with phoenixes. So, the way of the phoenix or something like that is certainly a possibility. And notes about what it is. We have commemorative event emblems. So just decorations, the way that sounds, not sure. New weapons and combat sets. That's what we're going to be covering later. I mean, it's like ridiculous, the amount that's coming with that. New player rankings sorted by power. We actually have that now. We can look at that. New interface for upgrading the throne room. I don't know if that's there yet or not. Let's take a look at that. We'll provide more details about these and other changes as soon as the update is completely enabled. So obviously once they turn it on, they'll be giving some additional information. And that maybe they're not having that in the APK because I didn't see that written at all today. So one of the things I just said about the player power. So if I go over here and look at player now, that's the wrong spot, up here, sorry, this one. So top players, before we always had right here, the trophy levels. This is the people that have, gotten the trophies up the highest, but now we also have power. So the top people in the game have 22 million in power. Makes my 6.8 looking pretty weak. Anyway, it's pretty cool though, so you can see, and then I haven't done it for these guys yet, but you can see the people, look at that, according to this, I have 7 million power. That's interesting. And what's the top 100? Look at that, all 20s, 19s, that's ridiculous. Not even remotely close. Yeah, so if you want to look to see how you compare against the best, a lot of these people, or probably all of them to be honest with you, are whales that pay a lot of money to get where they are. So I'm not jealous of what they have. I mean, I could pay a lot of money to do that too, but that's not anything I'm going to do. It's quite silly for me in my situation, but one thing it does allow me to do is to see what they're running, and eventually that kind of stuff will trickle down to me, and when I get a chance to get what they're using, because they're at the top, I want to get that too. So it comes in handy that way. So that was the new player ranking. So that also came in the last one too, where you can rank, I think the previous one, where you can sort your clans in different ways as well. And what was the other one here? New interface for upgrading the throne room. I don't even know what that is. I can't upgrade my throne room, so I'm guessing there's not much I can see here. So if we go, yeah, I don't have an option to do anything here. So anyway, if you need to do an upgrade, so there's probably something there. Yeah, nothing for me to do, so we won't even go into that. And event emblems we can't cover, so that's it for that item there. The other part here, I have a screen on my computer just completely full of teeny tiny print of everything that's coming out. So there's going to be new weapons, as it said, and there's going to be new sets, and the way all of those items interact with runes and everything, it just makes for a ridiculously large change to the code. So I'm not going to cover all of that because that's just going to be way too much. You'll see if you decide to go over this, but at a high level, this is going to be the new gear that's going to be coming out. There's going to be oh, you know what? I forgot to mention this earlier. If you don't want spoilers, make sure you don't listen and turn it off now. I'll give you one last chance before I cover. I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that's going to be coming out. Again, assuming that the APK was correct, and a couple of the other items with sets and things that are going to be changing. So if you don't want to hear that, turn it off, and nothing. I'm not really going to cover anything else in this video, so you won't be missing anything else. And tune in for the next one, which will more than likely be me covering the event when it starts. So anyway, this is your last chance. In 3, 2, 1, I'm going to start covering it now. So, all right. So the new gear that's going to be coming out is the Phoenix Raf Gear. So let's see, I'm going to cover some of these at the beginning. I'll cover extra details and I'll probably start skimming over it. So the Raf Gear, when taking damage, has a percentage chance of terrifying the damage dealer. The terrified units move chaotically around the battlefield for a certain amount of time. And then if it's ruined, the terrified unit takes additional damage. So I don't know what that is. Phoenix Raf Gear. I'm not sure what that is. If you got a full gear set, maybe. We'll see. We'll keep going. All right, we have the Phoenix Wisdom outfit. So that's just obviously what the person's wearing. So when the enemy uses the resurrection ability, inflicts magic damage on a certain amount of targets, random enemies. So if somebody does resurrection, you are going to damage them, or damage people on their team. And then let's see, if you have the rune, it says you'll focus on the person with the least health. There's a Phoenix Immortality plate mail. So then we have two different types of gear. Oh, there we go. So one of those is for the archer, one's for the mage, and one's for the tank. The first one was the archer, I guess. The second one was the mage, and now we're going for the tank here. So is it called the Phoenix's Immortality plate mail? I know I'm not really doing it on my screen because I'm trying to read, so I apologize that this is doing nothing here. I know it's not very interesting to look at while I'm doing that, so I apologize. I'll have to come up with a better system and get some like auto-playing game going in the background, but for now I'm just going to do this. Phoenix's Immortality plate mail. So when being healed, deals splash damage equal to the amount of healing. So that's nice. Especially for my tank. I don't think I'd ever do this, but I got my tank here, who is quite often the biggest healing person on the squad, partly because of what I'm running here, but a big part of it also is from my hero. All right, what's the other part of it? So if you have the rune on, it also deals splash damage. All right, we have the Phoenix's Rage Axe. This attack has a percentage chance to teleport self to a random enemy one by one, strikes one instant blow to each of these enemies, and moves back. Each hit deals the weapon's damage and has a chance at applying all of the weapon's effects. Effects. That's quite huge. All right, we have the bow, the Phoenix Fearlessness bow. When attacking, has a percentage chance of stealing damage from a target, from a random number of targets, excuse me, for a certain amount of time. The damage stolen is added to that dealt by the bow's user's attack. Cannot steal more than damage total. Okay, we don't have a ruined ability on that one. That's interesting. And what do we have here? We have a Heat Scepter. When attacking, has a percentage chance of setting targets on fire. Burning enemies take percentage damage for a certain amount of time. The burning disarms the target and reduces their movement speed. Well, that's highly useful. I'm not dealing any damage right now, but that could be a good one to add. And we have here's the artifact. This one's very interesting. I'm gonna have to read all of this because there's a lot to this one. Let me collect all these so I don't lose my stuff here. So it's a Phoenix egg. Again, this one, I apologize for reading directly, but I'm pretty much doing that anyway. So, all right, the Phoenix egg activates once in a while, Death Race, places the enemy unit with the least amount of health in a Phoenix egg. While inside the egg, the unit is unable to attack or use abilities. If the egg is destroyed in a certain amount of seconds, all enemies' cooldown times will be increased by a certain amount of seconds, and all enemies will take a certain amount of damage. That's pretty cool. So then we have, if you have it ruined on, it says the enemy with the greatest health is put in the egg until they're out, same duration, or a different duration. All enemy cooldown times will be increased by a certain amount of seconds, and all enemies take magic damage. So that seems fairly huge. And I've seen some people post some things that there could be some meta changes here in this event. So quite often when there's a meta change in the game, it's, the whales get them. Those are the people that pay money. So I don't know if the likelihood of me or anybody else who is free to play or doesn't pay a lot of money might not be something to get right away, but it's going to be cool to see. I think that one's going to be a fun one. That seems like that could be a game changer for sure. All right, we also have other things. New craftable gear. You can craft a shotgun, which summons a turret that cannot be killed and deals damage per second. Enhances damage turtle. The turret is destroyed. Well, anyway, whatever. There's a lot of stuff there. Turrets destroyed when the owner is killed. So on dealing damage, summons a turret that cannot be killed. Anyway, a lot of cool stuff on that one. So you could craft. Well, that's a question. It says new gear and it says craftable ? There's a spear which does a critical hit, a triple damage. That's obviously, we know there's some good triple damage weapons out there. With a percentage chance of landing a penetrating blow that will deal quadruple damage. Ooh, very nice. Let's see if it's ruined up. Then you also have attacks are guaranteed to penetrate when attacking a unit that has more than a certain amount of health. Well, that's huge. You know what? One thing I'm missing on my list here is the new sets. This is just all the gear. So we did the shotgun, we did the spear, there's a grimoire possible effects. Once in a while enhances the critical damage done by all archers and mages or warriors. Interesting. And there's a bunch of other stats there. I'm not going to cover that anymore. One of the other things I wanted to quickly cover, if I see how painful it's going to be for me to get here. Yeah, that one wasn't in this posting here, so sorry for I know this is not the best style of video here, since I have my game going up in the background here and then I'm just reading a screen, so I apologize. So I'll have to come up with a better setup for the next event. All right, so right now I'm looking at my Google document here, and this is the one I'll probably be linking to at some point. So we got the Phoenix egg, we got new weapons, we got the shotgun, we got the spear, and the grimoire. I don't speak the right language. Grimoire. We have that, and then we have all the effects of that, which there's tons, I guess, based on the other runes that you have set on that one. All right, let's go. Keep going. Oh my goodness, there's so many. Still going. Still going. Okay, here we go. So now we got new sets. So I don't know if these are game changers or not. So these are the sets we have right now in our. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different sets that you can create. So with this new event, there's going to be a Legionnaire Set, which has a plate mail, soul, amulet, ring, spear, and a soul. So the idea of that one is once in a while throws a dart at the enemies whose health has dropped below a certain amount. The dart deals damage equal to the amount of the weapon's critical hit. If the dart kills the target, throws another dart at a random enemy. So that would be the minimum, and if you get the full set, it says on death stuns all enemies and moves them to a single spot, activated once per battle. That seems pretty huge. So we have that. We have the Inventor Set, which I'm just going to cover the top and the bottom. So if you have the 2 of the 6, after dealing every target restricted value, whatever that means, damage by attacks, summons a drone that hovers over the battlefield, analyzing the ongoing battle. After a while, the drone plays out one of these scenarios. Oh my goodness. All right, there's a bunch of stuff here. So if the enemy warrior outnumbers the friendly ones, the drone attacks the enemy with the least health. If the enemy archers outnumber the friendly ones, the drone attacks all enemy archers. If the enemy mages outnumber the friendly ones, the drone silences all enemies. Whew, that could be useful. In any other case, the drone applies a random effect. Well, that's nice. Let's see, let's go to the bottom one. I'm thinking this is the 100% here. You got 6 of 6. When the drone's effect is triggered, the inventor works himself into a frenzy and maximizes his attack speed over a certain amount of time. All hits are critical in each shot fired at a random target. Okay. I don't know. Alright, and we have 2 more here, I believe, which will put us up to a total of 11 plus 4, so 15. We got something called the Darkula's Set. Bleeds losing physical damage, absolute health every certain amount of seconds, restoring health in all allies. Bleeds, losing. Okay, so the person who's doing this is going to lose health every certain amount of seconds, but it restores health in all allies. That seems fairly helpful. And if you have 6 of 6, it looks like here probably, Darkula restores his own health equal to XXX2 of the damage done by his attack. Every cooldown seconds, Darkula deals distributed damage to all enemies equal to physical the damage taken within that period of time. Darkula restores his own health equal to the damage done by his attacks. So that seems like a very good support. I have a that would be good for my my restoration person here. I've been looking for something to put on this guy, which I hate this outfit. So I have restoring. I got the restoring wave, and then I have this actually, which is doing the resurrection, which I think has been fairly good. So if I can find something to make this guy even more useful, that's highly helpful. And then we have the last one called the Necromancer Set. When any unit is killed, the Necromancer summons one of his minions for a certain amount of time. The minion type matches the type of the unit that's killed. When resurrecting an ally, applies armor to all allies. The armor absorbs XXXX1 of the allies' health. When the resurrecting enemy places them in a bone cage that prevents them from moving or attacking for XXX2 seconds. When resurrecting an ally, applies armor to the ally. The armor absorbs damage equal to a percentage of the ally's max health. And on and on and on. I'm not gonna. Obviously, that's a lot of information. I know this is not. I apologize. This is not a good way to do this. So, for anybody who's still around, obviously the point of all this is there's a ton of changes coming this event, and we got 4 new sets. We got new gear coming. We got a new event coming. We got a lot of good stuff. Again, what type of events are going to be? When's it going live? That's all unknown and up for speculation at the moment. If I would have to take a guess, I'm going to put my money on the event starting hours after this goes live. There's not a scheduled downtime, which is the one of the different things. So maybe that means it's not, and it's going to come next week. But they already had the downtime beforehand. So I'm going to go out on a limb, which is not the popular view, and say it's going live for me tomorrow morning. So that would be, if it's the normal 3 a.m., but after time change 4 a.m., that would be about 5.5, 6 hours from now. So about 5 hours after this video goes live. Again, that's just me completely randomly guessing. So don't bet anything on that for sure. And certainly don't know the type of event, but certainly the way of the Phoenix seems like it could be what the event's going to be. So we're going to have to, at my tier 11 level, that's like work my butt off to go up one of the paths. Certainly wouldn't be able to make it up all 3. So the chance of me getting all those items are extremely low, I would think. Plenty of people expect it to either be a brand new event or a variation of some of the other ones, so that's certainly a possibility as well. So we just had an event where we had a chance to get everything by grinding and playing, so I don't expect to have an easy to get everything event again. That would certainly be nice, but I'm certainly not expecting it. But I will be back soon whenever this event goes live, and we'll cover it, and we will see what it's going to be. So I'm going to wrap that up for this one. I know it's a little bit different. I apologize for that, but I will be back again with another episode soon, and I still have all the other episodes I've been trying to make queued up. I will be doing those very soon as well. I can't actually create a new game on my phone, which has been the main reason for the delay. So I'm trying to do that on the computer since I don't have any games on that one set up yet. So that's kind of why that beginning series hasn't started yet, but that will be coming soon, and once I get that microphone problem figured out. So I will talk to everybody soon. Hope everybody is well and staying healthy in this challenging and difficult world troubling time. Hopefully things are going to start slowing down for everybody soon. We can all start getting back to a bit of normalcy, but time will tell. So in the meantime, take it easy, and I will talk to everybody soon. This is QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I will catch up with you later. See ya.